Another day, another video. What's going on, y'all? It's Aaron Animal. And listen, this is a little different, obviously, because I just know there's no gameplay. I know, surprise, surprise, right? Or maybe I will put some gameplay in here. Whatever. I'll put some, maybe, I'll figure it out in the future. But I want to come to you, and because I mean, I've been doing YouTube for, a little while now. Like, it's not super long, but it's also not very short of a time at this point. Like, my first ever video I uploaded in 2017. Those videos are now invisible, the ones I had back then, which I'll get to reason later. But I just thought I might bring some tips and tricks of, just like little things that I learned throughout YouTube and stuff like that. And you might be wondering, why would you listen to someone who doesn't even have, as of right now, I don't even have 100 subscribers, but this is my 100th video, which is nice. The reason is because a lot of bigger YouTubers, they have dealt with a lot of these issues themselves, of course, right? But they might have done this like a long time ago. Like some of these issues that I'm going to bring up, they might have dealt with it like years ago, and probably don't even think about specific things like this. Versus me, where I had to start from the ground up. Like, literally, I didn't even know about computers until YouTube, which of course there's a lot of people that do that, but I didn't know anything. So I just want to bring what I learned, my thoughts. I also can't words, this by now, I think. I want to bring my thoughts to you, make it cohesive, and give, just real quick 5 tips and tricks on YouTube that I learned. So here we are. Number 1, I'm going to start off. I'm going to try to make this decently quick for you, okay? Number 1, know your hardware. I want to let you know that a lot of these tips and tricks, these are for amateurs, okay? These are for amateurs, for people who may just be getting started or who have just started a YouTube channel. So these things may seem pretty obvious, but I'm trying to bring to light things that you may not think of like at all, okay? So when I say know your hardware, I'm talking about like specifics. Like this one is kind of important. I was going to have number 1 and 2 together, but I decided to split them up. So for know your hardware, when I say that, I'm talking about like you need to know like specs of your hardware, like specifically like what do you have, like what can you run, all that type of stuff. I ran into a lot of issues with trying to run specific games and stuff like that, depending on, of course, how big it is. Like I could play Fortnite or something like that really easily, but when I first got my PC, it was very low end. It was the cheapest version of a digital storm that I could get, because PCs, honestly, let's be real, they're pretty expensive, okay? Like if you're not building it from straight up ground zero, they could be pretty expensive. My PC plus tax was $750. All right, as of right now, I've increased things. I think I increased the RAM of it is about 16 gigs. I added a SSD card. If you don't know SSD versus HDD, I highly recommend looking at the difference between those two. And I added a graphics card. Of course, I bought a mic as well. This is my second mic. I've had one. If you go back to my early videos, I've had one a lot earlier. I got a ring light, and I have a monitor. So if I turn it like this, you can see the monitor over there. So I have a monitor, and this is a TV it's on. So I have a whole bunch of stuff. This is like my 3rd set of headphones. I got a gaming keyboard, and I got this mouse for free off Amazon, and I actually just ordered another one. So hardware, of course, is very important. You don't need all this stuff to get started. You really don't. What I started with was a regular laptop. I don't remember what kind it was. I still have it, but the reason I don't use it because it actually broke on me twice. I got it fixed one time, and then it decided to break on me again. So I just stopped using it. I said, you know what, I'm going to wait until I save up enough money to get a PC. The only things that I bought when I was using that laptop was the microphone, and actually I didn't even buy a headset. I was using my gaming headset. Before I had the microphone, I was using just a gaming headset to talk. I just didn't like how it sounded, so I decided to get a mic. Right? Makes sense. If you play games already, you already have a headset. You don't really need to get a whole new one. You see what I'm saying? So there's different things you could do to get past certain stuff, but you need to know your hardware. You need to know what what you're able to run, which goes directly into number 2. So number 2 is know your software, and I thought this was 2 separate points that are important enough to separate. Okay, initially I was going to have them at the same time, but I think they're important enough to separate. Your software, obviously very important. I think your software is a little bit more important than your hardware. I spent more money on my software initially than my actual hardware. Okay, unless you excluding, sorry, I can't words. You know I can't words. Excluding the actual laptop, because I did buy that out of pocket for myself because I needed one for work and stuff like that. Okay, work and school. Actually, take it back. I wasn't in school at the time. Just work. So I had a laptop, and so I ended up, the only thing I had was laptop, microphone, gaming headset. Okay. Oh, and an Elgato. I forgot about that other hardware thing. I had an Elgato, which is how you can, if you don't know, that's how you can record like your Xbox, your Nintendo Switch, or your PS4. That's how you can put it onto and record from your computer. Okay, if you did not know that, that's just one main thing. I have an Elgato. I had the HD, but I now have the better version. I think it's the HD Plus, the HD60 Plus. And that one goes directly into your PC. So I upgraded from there by now. Sorry about that. But when I'm talking about software, this is where I'm talking about you need to know what you can run. Okay. I've had a lot of issues with this one. All right. I currently, what I record with, okay, is called Bandicam. And there's a specific reason for that. So the reason I use Bandicam, which I'm not actually using right now. Right now, I'm actually recording using my editing software. But Bandicam, you can record your camera as well as the gameplay at the same time. See, if you're only recording, makeup tutorials and stuff like that, and you don't need multiple camera setups or something, or multiple recordings at the same time, you don't necessarily need that. You see what I'm saying? I used to use OBS. OBS is a great system. I highly recommend it because it is free. It's a great system. The difference between OBS and Bandicam is that Bandicam will let you record both of these things separately at the same time. So if you look at my videos, I'm able to manipulate my camera, like this camera right here that you're seeing. I'm able to manipulate my face and do things with that, right? When you have OBS, it is basically attached. The video is just all one video. It's just all one recording. So if I want to make my face bigger, I have to zoom in really far on the video. See what I'm saying? And so my face might look a little more pixelated and stuff like that. And there's a way around it, but it's kind of convoluted, and I just didn't want to do it. So I spent like $40 to get Bandicam. By recording software though, not recording software, my editing software. Another thing I highly recommend doing research on. Okay, right now what I'm using is Filmora 9. I think that's really good for amateur to intermediate editors. Okay, it's pretty easy to follow. It's not hard whatsoever. There's another version called Filmora Pro. And Filmora Pro, that is just like it says in the name, it's just a pro version, to be completely honest with you. So if you're a pro at this, you can use that because it could do more stuff. I plan to transfer to that eventually, but at this point it actually continues to crash on my computer, and my computer, I don't know, there's something with my settings where it's just not meshing well with that. I need to figure that out. But like I said, I started this and I started this by myself and worked kind of, trying to figure things out by myself, and it just takes a long time. So it's up to you. The reason I didn't go with something like Adobe Premiere, that's what it is, Adobe Premiere, which I think I heard is like the best thing you can get right now. The reason I didn't go for that is because it's a monthly subscription, and to be completely honest with you, I'm broke, I don't have money, so I'm not going to do a monthly subscription based service. You see what I'm saying? I paid $100 for Filmora 9 and I think $50 for Filmora Pro, whatever, but I have it for life. I'd rather have that than pay $30 a month, because within a couple of months I'm already paying more than what I pay now. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Number 3, I want to talk about small issues. This, again, something that this may seem pretty obvious to most people, but you're going to run into so many small issues. Like, I'm talking about a ton. Like, just starting out, you're going to run into a ton. And the thing is, though, it just because you have a lack of experience does not mean you should stop. Okay? Just because you keep running into stuff, like I ran into so many things, you know, like I said, my computer broke. I can't run Filmora Pro. I still can't run Filmora Pro. I can't words. That's one thing right there. There's so many issues. Filmora 9 used to crash on me until I upgraded my computer. I couldn't run specific games for various reasons. My microphone, so this microphone right here is a single channel microphone, and it has to have a power supply. And my first power supply was broken. You don't understand. I keep coming into an issue after an issue after an issue, and I still have issues. Like, the reason you don't ever see me playing games that are like PS4 only, like Persona or stuff like that, actually, there's a couple of reasons, but one of the main reasons is because when I try to record using my Elgato, it doesn't matter what I use. I can use whatever recording software. I tried using Bandicam. It just didn't work very well for me. OBS and the actual Elgato capture that is made for Elgato, for some reason, every time I record like that, I end up getting desync. Like, my voice, like how you see my mouth talk with my words, right? You can see it looks good, right? I'm talking about, like, you will see my mouth move first, and then the words come. And the desync happens consistently. When I say, like, I'll fix it, it's oh my god, it's very, very annoying to fix. It's very annoying. If you've edited a video and you have desync problems, incredibly annoying to fix and tedious. And if I edit a video that's 20 something minutes long, and then I have a desync issue and I fix it, and then I keep watching it, and then it happens again, that's just a problem. I'm talking about it will happen consistently. So you're going to run into a lot of small issues. There's a lot of resources out there to fix different things. Let's see, if you want to learn how to, I'm going to tell you about a couple of people who may help you or give you an example. One of my friends who makes a channel where she just kind of like talks about, you know, Tinder dates and stuff like that. Her name is Kendra Michaela. I'm gonna put her channel down in the description. She's cool people. She's a good friend of mine, and she had an issue recently because, like, since I've been doing this longer, she asked me for advice, you know, here and there about YouTube. She was doing a video where she was talking and she left the fan on by accident. She's like, I made a rookie mistake, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, you're a rookie, it doesn't matter. And she's like, yeah, but still, blah blah blah. I said, listen, just calm down. You can either do two things. You can either scrap the video, make a new one if you want to use the same subject, or just, you know, edit over it and just keep it in there. Because the thing is, though, a fan isn't that big of a deal. Like, people record outside all the time. You just hear, you know. So I told her it's just not that big of a deal, and she ended up keeping the video, and she really liked it. All right. So there's different things that can happen if you are trying to find out something specific with your editing software. Let's say if you guys use Filmora after, you know, listening to me, or you already have it. There's a guy named Daniel Batal who makes really good Filmora videos. He just left. He actually, what's today? September 8th. He's actually made a video about leaving Filmora because there was different things going on with his life. Not that Filmora is bad at all. He still loves Filmora, but he has so many tips and tricks of how to use it and manipulate it. I highly recommend him if you use Filmora. Number 4. All right, so I'd put a lot of things in number 4: thumbnails, titles, tags, and recording. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the reason I put those 4 together. Thumbnails, titles, tags. You already know it's important. If you don't know it's important, it's very important. Thumbnails, if you could go to my channel and look through my thumbnails, and you could be like, oh, okay, his thumbnails are okay. Like mine aren't the best. I know they're not the best. I'm still learning how to do it. Like, I'm really trying to get better and better, but from where I started, oh my god, I came a long way from where I started. I'll take two of my thumbnails that I've made and put them back to back, and you can see the difference. It's substantial. I do different things. One thing I do know is that if you're putting your face in a thumbnail, it tends to get more clicks, so definitely try that. Titles, you want to try to do something that is like, you know, you could say clickbaity if you want to. Just something kind of catchy, something that would probably be searched for, like this one I made recently. As of I put this video up last week. It said, why would you want this WAP, or what, who needs this WAP when you got this Beethoven? And so people, honestly, Beethoven, not necessarily that anybody's going to click on my video because they're searching Beethoven, but Beethoven is that's a historical figure, and so I want to add him in there. But also WAP just came out, and people that are talking about that like crazy, so I want to add that in my title. You see what I'm saying? So I specifically had that idea before I made the video, so I said that before I even I was going to say that before I even recorded. Okay, so you have to think stuff like that. Tags, I just honestly, personally, I'm not the best person to talk to you about tags. I'm still learning about thumbnails, titles, and tags altogether. And the reason I put it all together is because I was going to actually tell you guys, there's a lot of other people who are really good at explaining it better than me. Like, you know, going over all those three plus SEO and all that type of stuff. There's one guy, Moz, who I follow. He actually talks back every time I hit him up on Twitter, and he will message me back. He gave me a small little thing. He told me what I should fix on my channel personally. He said my biggest things are my thumbnails and titles. And titles, I'm like, okay, I could work on that. But thumbnails, I can't just instantly get better. You know, I don't have anybody teaching me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying on that. But Moss is good. I'm trying to think of who else. There's also Roberto Blake. Dude is very, very intelligent. He knows a lot about stuff. Like, he's just a great marketer and he's just good at what he does. Okay, highly recommend checking out him. I'll link both of them down in the description as well. All right. So last but not least, again, this might seem pretty obvious to most people, but you want to have patience and consistency. This one is probably the hardest. That's why I put this one at number 5. I made this one the last one. It's the hardest thing to do. It is so difficult. Patience. Let me tell you about patience, okay? You need to be patient. You remember how I said there's gonna be small issues just all the time? You gotta be patient. If you have desync issues, you gotta be patient. For me specifically, if I upload a 30-minute video, if I have a 30-minute recording of some gameplay. Like, I play a horror game and it takes me 30 minutes to do whatever. It's going to take me maybe up to 6 hours to edit. Yes, that's a very long time. Editing is a long-term process. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Editing is not for everyone. I think it's pretty fun, especially because I made something myself. But it's difficult. It is not the easiest thing. Especially, a lot of people pay. That's why a lot of people pay editors and stuff like that, because it takes a lot. It takes a long time to do stuff. And yeah, this video I'm making right now probably won't take me a long time to edit, just because I'm talking, and it's not that difficult to edit that stuff out. Like, if I edited in some gameplay, I'm just going to put this video on top of the gameplay video and then just cut out the segments of myself talking that I don't want in there. Boom. You see what I'm saying? That might not take too long, but usually it does take a while, especially depending on what you do, because gameplay, like if you're trying to do a whole bunch of interesting stuff, if you're trying to be like Markiplier, Dashy Games, Jacksepticeye, MySkirm, any stuff like that, then it's going to take you a minute, especially if you don't know how to edit. Editing is tough. All right. And then not only that, but you're not going to get famous or recognized overnight. Like I said, I have a little bit less than 100 subscribers. This is my 100th video, it takes a long time to get places. It takes a very long time to get places. All right, you just got to get better and better and better. All right, you just got to keep at it. That's where the consistency comes in. You got to just keep going. I know Maz also talked a video about consistency and stuff like that. Consistency is very big. It's very big, honestly, with anything. You're going to get, it's pretty obvious if you upload more, you're probably going to get recognized faster. But not everybody has that kind of time. Me specifically, I try to upload at least 3 times a week, but like the past couple of weeks, I've only been uploading twice. There's a reason for that, because I have been trying to focus on more marketing myself, trying to get myself out there on my IG or Twitter or something like that. I've been trying to get more likes and views and stuff like that doing that. Like I linked up with this rapper / singer for the last video I made. Different things like that. I'm trying to do some collabs with other YouTubers, like a couple others. Like I'm real cool with this one guy named the John. He's a John Show. If I butcher that, I'm sorry, John, bro. I'm so sorry. But he's a real cool dude. I'll also link him in the description too. He's a cool guy. I have him on IG. We talk here and there. He's a cool guy. You got to keep up with the stuff though, because if you don't, then you need to always have something new. Newer videos that are more consistent are going to get clicked on more likely. There's very few like old videos that get brought up out of nowhere and that go viral and blow up. Other than like if somebody revamps it on TikTok, or if it's like a politician saying something they shouldn't. Stuff like that. It's got to have a resurgence for some reason, right? Okay. You see what I mean? You got me? All right. But like I said, it's very hard to stay consistent, especially if you're busy. I myself, other than trying to do more marketing and stuff like that, I do have a job and I do go to school full time. I'm trying to get my master's degree, and I don't always have the time to record, edit, do whatever. I just have other commitments as well, even during quarantine, stuff like that. I'm trying to push out more videos of gaming. I'm trying to make videos about anime. I want to do a whole bunch of stuff, but it's difficult. There's no easy way around it, unless you throw money at it. And most people out there just don't have money to throw. I don't. I saved up for all this stuff right here. I saved my money. I had to save my money for a while, okay? And I was able to get all this stuff. I don't expect you to start out with all this stuff. You just got to work your way up there, okay? But I hope that helps you in the slightest. If you are a new YouTuber, if you have any questions for me about just like little tiny stuff, or if you think that maybe I can point you in the right direction, feel free to hit me up, please. I read my comment oh my god, I can't words. I read my comment section. I put on my IG. One software I do highly recommend is TubeBuddy, because TubeBuddy is free, and that is a very, very good little tool to help you check analytics and stuff like that. I also have an affiliate link of that down in the description, so that's cool too. Check out all the other people I recommended. But yeah, man, this is quite a long video. I knew this was gonna be a long video, but I appreciate you hanging in there with me. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'm down for it. I'm trying to think of any last tidbits. Oh, I do have one more. When it comes to recording, remember how I said it's going to take a while? One thing that I had to really learn is to talk to yourself, because that is a skill. Talking to yourself is a skill. And the second thing is cutting out fluff. 2 extremely hard things to do when you first start out. I'm telling you, those are not easy at all. Like, people fail at both of those, like, badly. So yeah, when I say cut off fluff, like if I just was quiet for a long time and I just kind of left that in there, you know what I mean, without anything, that's kind of fluff. Or if I'm playing a game and I'm just running, not saying anything, it's fluff. Just be careful of that, okay? But I appreciate you for watching. Contact me, link, socials, whatever in the description. And otherwise, appreciate you. Deuces.